I installed a doorbell camera to see why my wife left at 3 a.m. every night. What I found made me sick. My wife Dana and I have been married for 6 years. 2 kids, a mortgage, the whole setup. I work construction, so I'm up at 5 a.m. and asleep by 9 most nights. I sleep heavy. Always have. About 4 months ago, I started waking up around 3 in the morning and the bed would be empty. I'd check the house, and Dana would be in the kitchen drinking water or sitting on the couch on her phone. She'd say she couldn't sleep. I'd go back to bed. It happened once, twice, then every week. Then I noticed the car wasn't always in the driveway when I woke up. One night I came downstairs at 3:15 and she was gone. No note. Kids asleep upstairs. I texted her. She replied 20 minutes later. Went to get gas. Didn't want to wake you at 3 a.m. for gas. I didn't push it. I should have. 2 weeks later, same thing. Car gone at 3 a.m. This time she said she drove to the 24-hour pharmacy for Tylenol. There was a full bottle of Tylenol in the bathroom cabinet. I checked after she went back to sleep. I still didn't say anything. I just ordered a doorbell camera and installed it on a Saturday while she was at her sister's house. Took me 20 minutes. I set it to send motion alerts to my phone and I waited. 3 nights later, my phone buzzed at 2:47 a.m. I opened the app and watched my wife walk out the front door in jeans and a jacket, not pajamas. She'd gotten dressed. She got in the car and left. She came back at 4:22 a.m., changed back into her pajamas in the bathroom, and got into bed like nothing happened. I didn't say a word. I watched the footage 6 more times over the next 2 weeks. Same pattern. Leave between 2:30 and 3. Back before 5. Always dressed. Always quiet. Always checked that the kids were asleep before she left. On the 7th time, I didn't go back to sleep. I got in my truck at 2:50 right after she pulled out, and I followed her. She drove 14 minutes to a neighborhood I didn't recognize. Parked in front of a house with a blue door. She walked up and knocked twice. The door opened. A man let her in. I sat in my truck for an hour and 12 minutes. She came out at 4:05. He stood in the doorway and watched her leave. I drove home faster than her and got back in bed. When she slid in, I could smell cologne that wasn't mine. I still didn't say anything. The next day, I did something I'm not proud of. I went through her phone while she was in the shower. There was a second messaging app hidden in a folder labeled Health. His name was in there as Dr. Patel. It wasn't a doctor. The messages went back 5 months. 5 months. Longer than I'd even noticed she was leaving. I read everything. Him calling her baby. Her telling him she loved him. Plans to meet. Complaints about me. He doesn't notice anything. He's always tired. I feel like his roommate. There was one message that made my hands shake. She'd written, "Sometimes I think about just leaving, but I'd lose the house and he'd get the kids." That's why she stayed. Not because she loved me. Because she'd done the math and the math didn't work out for her. I screenshot every message and sent them to my email. Then I put the phone back exactly where it was. That weekend, I told Dana I was taking the boys to my parents' house for the day. She was happy to have the house to herself. I drove to my parents' house, sat at the kitchen table, and told my mom and dad everything. My mom cried. My dad said, "What do you need from us?" I said, "I need the boys to stay here tonight." I drove home. Dana was on the couch watching TV. I sat down across from her and said, "Who lives at the house with the blue door?" Her face changed so fast it was like watching a mask fall off. "What? The house with the blue door. 14 minutes from here. You go there at 3 a.m. I've watched you do it 7 times. She didn't deny it. She didn't cry. She just stared at me like she was trying to figure out how much I knew. So I told her. I read the messages. All of them. I know his real name. I know it's been 5 months. I know you stayed because of the house and the kids, not because of me. She started talking fast. It didn't mean anything. I was lonely. You're never present. You come home and you're exhausted and I just needed someone to talk to. You needed someone to talk to at 3 a.m. in his bedroom. It's not like that. You told him you loved him." She went quiet. "I want you out by Friday," I said. "You can't kick me out of my own house. The mortgage is in my name. My parents co-signed. You're on the deed as a courtesy and my lawyer already knows that. I'd called a lawyer 2 days before. I'm keeping the boys. You left them alone in this house every time you went to that blue door. 2 kids under 6 sleeping with no adult home. I have it on camera every single time. She moved out